So you got the new iPhone 7, 7 Plus. You're feeling a little bit nostalgic. You're missing something that existed on the previous edition of iPhone and every single iPhone before that. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack goodness. But you haven't stopped thinking about that. Every night you go to bed, you put your head down on your pillow, and you think about those better days, the golden years, legitimately like golden. This guy hit me up. He said, I don't know, I think he's got a Kickstarter going on. I'll have a link to what he's doing down in the description, but he was like, I got this little thing for you, Lou, to solve the world's problems once and for all. Let's get into this rather rudimentary packaging here. Oh, that's tiny. That's much smaller than I expected it to be. That's tiny. The IL dock. Il dock? Il dock. Like, is that the in some language? The dock? I don't know. Look at this little thing. Now, a lot of you are thinking, but Lou, inside the box, Apple, they included an adapter for once in the box. Well, you're right, they did. But there's a problem with that adapter. That adapter takes your lightning port and gives you a headphone jack back, but what it doesn't do, it doesn't give you this. It doesn't give you a lightning port pass through. Let me set the stage. Let me give you a scenario. Say you're a kid. You're lying in bed. All right, you got your favorite headphones on. You've been using these for years and you don't want to switch. Now you got your phone, all right? This new iPhone 7 you love. It's got a great camera. You go to do this and that's not happening. So maybe you reach for the Apple adapter, but then you plug that baby in and then you're like, that battery's getting low because I'm watching Netflix, and anyone who's ever watched video on a phone before, Ryan again. So the battery is the next thing to worry about. Now you got both. With this little guy right here, you're now charging and using your favorite headphones. Look at that. Who's better than you now? Now you're like this. Hours, days go by. Months. You might grow a beard like this. You start to see a gray hair pop up in there. That could be you. Let me do a little test. Let's make sure this actually works. The moment of truth. Boom! We are now in the magical land of charging and listening at the same time. Another thing that came to my mind when I saw this straight away was people who sample sounds off their phones, DJs, things like this, where you're constantly using this mini jack connector, but at the same time, your phone might need to be powered up if you're pulling files from it on a regular basis. Now, granted, I do want to put a disclaimer in here. This little dock doesn't really do anything that the Apple dock doesn't do. Yes, it has a lightning pass-through. Yes, it has a mini jack connector for audio, but only while the phone is docked and upright. Now, what if you want to use the phone while it is connected? You see what I'm saying? Can't do that with the official dock. Let me just make sure the audio functions the way I want it to as well. Oh, there's a great suggestion. Wouldn't want to miss this one. There's a lot of people who use a traditional stereo with their iPhone. Maybe you got one of these guys. Enough people were talking about it, enough people wanted a problem solved, and here it is. Probably the best solution I've seen. Charge, listen, same time. Could always switch to Android too.